Hello, this is Anurag, motivational speaker, mind coach, and founder of Columbia Magazine. I am the host of today's program, Know Yourself, sponsored by Columbia Magazine. Career is always being a matter of big concern for today's generation kids and parents. And when it comes to creative career, there is a lot of misconception about artistic and designing career in the mind of people. So, in our today's program, we have an expert from VE Coach Insti from the field of creativity who is going to speak on a very important topic, how to choose creative career. So let me give you a short introduction of your today's guest. She has 11 years of real life experience into creative field. She has studied architecture at VNIT Nagpur and designing at IIT Kanpur. She is a founder of very successful organization Just by Design, Thinking Thread Design, and co-founder of VCoach Insti. She is a visiting faculty at Symbiosis Institute of Design and was visiting faculty at IDEAS and SSMCA. She is not born but brought up in India and her native is Nagpur. So I welcome one and only very intelligent and very dynamic Mrs. Meera Misal. Meera, I am so grateful to have you on our show.
Thank you.
I am so excited because I know you are going to give a wonderful insight on a topic that is creative career.
Yes, actually there is a gap between students and the professionals. So I thought of filling up this gap through some question answer session. So yes, you can ask some few questions which are already.
Okay, so not much wasting time. So I directly jump towards the question. So we start with the first question. What are the available creative careers?
So everybody knows about BFA, MFA, but apart from these two careers, which are supposed to be the most creative ones, but there are some disciplines like bachelor's in design or bachelor's in architecture and master's in design. So these three streams, though there might be some specialization in substream, but BDes, MDes and BArch are the three creative streams available for various 12th cleared students or graduates.
Okay, so what exactly is Bachelor in Design?
Bachelor's in Design is a 4-year degree course offered by more than 38 universities across India, excluding 17 government recognized schools. So there are like almost 19 disciplines in design, and these 19 disciplines, some of them are available for bachelor's degree and some are available for the master's degree, and they are broadly classified into 5 categories. To share those 5 categories, those are industrial design, communication design, IT integrated design, interdisciplinary design and fashion design. So these are the broad 5 categories under which those 19 disciplines fall.
Okay, great. So what are these courses different from plain BFA or MFA?
Yeah, BFA and MFA are especially like this is understood by various designers also, that fine arts is more of 2-dimensional rendering or 3-dimensional rendering. So those are different conceptual arts which are not, which might not be useful for, don't have any utility value to it. So they are more of decoration and design as opposed to fine arts. It includes all the aesthetic principles which are there in fine arts, and it will also have technical background. So you need a technical background for BArch, BDes and MDes. So whatever you learn science, you learn maths, and those applications have to be done in the design.
Okay. So this is a very common question, that what is the role of math and science in becoming a designer?
Maths and science are vital for these courses because whatever you have learned until your 10+2 career or even your graduation career, these have to be applied. The knowledge has to be applied in real life, and hands-on creativity has to be done. So all those creative stuff needs a lot of thinking, which is based on analytical side and the creative side both. So this is the analytical side and this is the creative side of the brain, or the artistic side of the brain, and both the brains have to be used simultaneously. So the more the wiring between your left brain and right brain, the more eligible you are for bachelor's in design course or master's in design course.
Okay, you almost answered my next question. That is, what faculties of the brain are needed to be a designer student or a designer. So would you like to add something else in this?
Yeah, like there are linguistic intelligence, like there are various 11 intelligences of the brain. Out of those 11 intelligences, the 13 intelligences or 11 intelligences which are popularly known, the linguistic intelligence, the analytical logical intelligence, visual spatial intelligence, creative intelligence, these are the four faculties of brain. So that a person will be word smart, he is also a number smart person, he is a visual smart person. This is the most essential, is the visual smart. And creative intelligence relates to unorthodox thinking. So these four intelligences are required, and again some observational skills are required, some visual reproductive qualities, like कुछ देखा और उसको redraw कर सके हम after a long period of time or a short period of time. Those kind of skills are also required.
Okay, great, that's great. And what are the various options for non-conventional career in creative side?
So yes, I talked about the 5 broad categories of careers in creative side. So the like industrial design has product design, furniture design, that too along with interiors, glass and ceramic design, then automobile design. These are 4 subheads of industrial design in which a person can get specialized even at the bachelor's level or the master's level. Communication design. Communication design has 5 substreams like animations and films, graphic design, film and video, exhibition design, photography. So these major 5 heads are there under communication design, and these disciplines are offered like across India in various design institutes, industrial design and communication design. The least common are the IT integrated design or interdisciplinary design. So in the IT integrated design, you can see UX UI, that is interaction design. There's new media design. There's game design. And of course, there's toy design, which also comes under interdisciplinary design. So these kind of subfields are not offered everywhere. You might also find some institutes which are specializing, having BDES program only in fashion technology or fashion design. So you can see textile design, in lifestyle and accessories design, apparel design. These kind of fields are available for fashion design aspirants. So they will also get a degree in BDES, like Bachelor's of Design degree. And the rarest of all are the interdisciplinary designs. So these are not offered everywhere. You might not find toy design everywhere. You might not find universal design everywhere. Strategic design management is a management degree in design. So this also you might not find it everywhere. Retail design mil jayega, like in MIT or MIT Pune. So there is a list of institutes where separate disciplines are offered in separate like combinations. So these interdisciplinary designs are offered only in NIV.
Okay, great. You talk about so many different fields in the designing actually. So as far as the current scenario is concerned, so many people have this, thing in their mind before choosing any career. So
yeah,
secure career in designing or architecture, is it there? Means any secure career means in designing or architecture?
Yeah, the careers in design and architecture, of course, like any other discipline, like in engineering or law or doctor, or like even other like CA, finance, these kind of careers, design and architecture also has a lot of scope. So there's no question about कि इसमें पैसा मिलेगा कि नहीं. Of course, there is a lot of money involved in design industry, and there's a lot of room for growth for students, and like the pass out students, freshers, there's a lot of room for growth. For job seekers, there's a lot of room for growth. And as mentioned, like the abilities of the designer or the architect will always support or take him further in his career path. So a student, like I could have given an example of a student from 2015 batch from NID. He got a package of 72 lakh rupees. So that was the
great.
topmost package which went till now in design career. So if anything can go so much, even like an engineer cannot, all the engineers are not getting 72 lakhs package. Similar is the case with design. All the designers are not getting a 72 lakhs package, but yes, there's a lot of scope for earning in this field.
Wow.
So also, like if you say about fashion design also, one student had a package of 45.6 lakhs per annum. So he was from a renowned fashion institute like NIFT. I don't know the branch as well, but he got a career boost at the very first year of his career path. So 45.6 lakhs for a fresher in the campus interview is like big thing. So the sky is the limit, and I won't like say what kind of earning a person should have or is likely to have, but yes, there's a lot of scope for a stable career in designing career or architecture career.
Okay. So it's not about comparing. I just wanted to ask, what is that other careers don't empower student, but designing career do?
So what other careers are not offering but design career does is the kind of a creative freedom, a career freedom. Like I can say the remuneration is pretty decent for all the genders, like both the genders, and you can be a professional consultant. Like after becoming, many careers don't offer you the liberty of having your own freelance consultancy, or you have to get into jobs only if somebody lays you off in the period of recession. There's no other place to go. So this is not there in design. The design student is empowered in all fashions to create or to live independently. Even if somebody lays you off, there's a fair probability that you can start your own venture, you can start your own consultancy, you can be a professional as well. But you don't have to go into employed jobs. And yes, like in the classes also, nobody is restricted from meandering into each other's classes. So if there is a student from communications design field, he is not restricted to attend the classes of industrial designers. So communication design, industrial design, these are broad categories for recruiters to recruit, or for a student to identify his or her interest area. But while learning, the basics are same for all the subfields, and you can attend any class anywhere, especially in NID.
Even I do some counseling. There is a frequent question which has been asked by girls. So the same question I would like to ask you: what if I am a girl and marry someone later who hopes the whole world in his job or career?
Yeah, that's what. If she's a girl and she thinks that she has to move along with her family from here to there, there to there, the girls are empowered to such a degree that wherever on earth they go, they move with their families, they will always be in demand. So even if there's no demand, they can create their own place. Like a friend of mine, she's doing wall paintings in a place, like a remote place where she does not know everybody. So Singapore, she's staying, and in Singapore she's doing wall paintings for her colleagues and family members, and that grew so much. So after coming back to India also, she did not leave her passion for painting walls. So this was part of like interior designing or furniture designing, and in that sub part she started evolving her own hobbies, interests, and finding her own place. So you are so much empowered, and you have a degree of dignity. BDS is a degree of dignity. So anybody will always respect you for whatever you have learned. Like students will always be respected for whatever they have learned in their whole education, and whatever they are applying in their careers, that will always be respected. So if you're a girl and you want to hop around in the whole world along with your family, wherever you go, you will find some or the other career or some or the other opportunity which you cannot miss, which nobody else will also.
So it is well said that there is no elevator to success. You have to, go through stairs. But I just wanted to ask you, what is the success mantra, or you can say what are the success principles for becoming a designer?
So designer, like anybody and everybody can become a designer, but if you are more on the spatial intelligence portion and visual spatial intelligence हमारा high है portion, so that helps. But if you want a mantra, even you can learn design thinking. No person needs any creative skills or artistic skills to understand design thinking. You can understand or at least learn what is creative thinking. These two are the basics of getting into any design field. Once you master both of these, you will start yourself analyzing actually which area attracts you the most. So in the 19 disciplines, you will understand which is your the design discipline which is meant for you, and you will land up into that. And for landing up into those disciplines which are there for you, you will have to crack the examinations like SEED, USEED, NIDDAT or NIFT. SEED is for masters, USEED is for bachelors. Then NIDDAT is on both levels and NIFT is also on both levels, entrance examination. So you can just crack these exams and land up into your own career. So there's no success mantra as such, but yes, you can also get into private colleges if you're not getting through SEED, USEED or NIDDAT or NIFT. And you have to first, like a tip for you will be analyze, assimilate whatever you see. So whatever you're seeing, observing, just grasp it. मतलब brain में absorb करना है like a sponge. And also don't get into the routine rut of life. Don't get into the comfort zone. Always pick yourself out and get out of the comfort zone. That is helpful for exercising your brain as well. So you have to physically do exercise and you have to do mental exercise, both.
So you talked about entrance examination, which is an entry level to get admission in topmost colleges. So I would like to know from you, how can a person, we would like to know how a person can crack such kind of examination. What is exactly the preparation point of view you can tell? How can they be able to crack this examination?
These exams are aptitude based. So nobody can build your aptitude overnight. That is for sure. Not even a week, not even a month. There is no formula of creating an aptitude. The only thing is you have already some aptitude and that can be polished. So when you have certain aptitude in visual spatial intelligence and all those things, you have been exposed to many things, like since childhood. If you're reading encyclopedias, you're reading non-academic books, you're just seeing through the visual encyclopedias, picture encyclopedias, I mean. And if you are since childhood exposed to various games like Lego blocks or constructing something out of your hands, you have been doing some craft work, cutting work, pasting work, all these kinds of works. If you're doing since childhood, even if like you are doodling behind your register, like register के पीछे बहुत लोग अपने ideas लिखते हैं, doodles करते हैं. So these kind of people are also actually budding designers. So these budding designers will always should always find or seek help who have already crossed these examinations by their own. And I think coaching institutes is not the solution, but yes, a coaching institute which handholds the student and takes him or sails him through the journey of learning and journey of exposing yourself to the design world. That kind of mentor actually will be a preferable option for like seeing or seeing a mentor or do that self-study every day in, day out. Actually, what does a mentor do? Mentor is somebody who gives food for thought. And if you go on internet, you will just find junk on the internet. So you can just meander and you can surf anywhere, you can browse anywhere, but you will not find the right chunk of information which is appropriate for you.
Exactly.
So a mentor should do the job of taking you to the right exposure. You just cannot feed yourself with junk. So
Exactly.
that is how you have to crack these examinations, and of course a mentor will always help, who has himself crossed this examination, right?
Okay. So as we talked about students, so which student is ideal for Bachelor of Architecture and Bachelor of Designing?
Huh. So a person who has, I've already told you there are 4 intelligences which are required, and apart from that, observational skills and memorizing skills, visual memory जिसकी strong हो, ऐसे skills जिनके पास हो, ये 2 चीजें तो चाहिए. 4 intelligences में से the most important is the visual spatial intelligence. So a person who enjoys solving puzzles, a person who enjoys solving mazes, like maze का जो puzzle होता है उसको sort करना, find out करना maze में से solution, अपना रास्ता. That kind of a person who likes hidden picture type activities. There are like I spies and some challenges like that. Then the person who is building in like interest in 3-dimensional construction, like Legos, blocks एक दूसरे के ऊपर join करना या clay के साथ काम करना, clay में मूर्तियाँ बनाना. तो इस टाइप के लोगों को 3 dimension में काम करना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. 2 dimension में भी अच्छा लगता है, drawing, sketching अच्छा लगता है. But that is a broader category. Like many people like drawing and sketching, but out of that, if you want to narrow down to some, so the people who like to work in 3 dimension, the people who like to do doodles, अपने खाली टाइम में बस डूडलिंग करते रहते हैं, like kind of मेहंदी टाइप से बारीक डिजाइन करते रहते हैं.
Right, yeah.
But of course not mehendi only, but different kinds of doodles, like caricatures, cartoons, sketches of your teacher, sketches of your classmates. These kind of people actually are visual spatial intelligent. So people with visual spatial intelligence also have a clear visual memory. So they have photographic memory. They don't learn the answer, they remember the image of the answer. That's so amazing. So students don't remember it word by word. Even if it is history, even if it is science, they will always see visuals. They have that visual in that memory कि हाँ पेज के इस डायरेक्शन में नीचे के साइड में मेरा आंसर लिखा हुआ है, या पेज के इस डायरेक्शन में ऊपर के साइड में मेरा आंसर लिखा हुआ है. दिस काइंड ऑफ विजुअल. पेज में ये इमेज के बाजू में ये डिस्क्रिप्शन लिखा हुआ है. So they remember maps, charts, diagrams very easily, and they daydream. Like more of their thinking or their time in the day is gone in just आँखें खुली भी होंगी तो भी they'll daydream. So this kind of daydreaming is seen very बहुत लोग इसका मजाक उड़ाते हैं. Peers will always make fun of it, but these kind of students have that caliber to think beyond what is there right now. They also enjoy art activities, and they also like kind of start drawing or doing something before their age. Milestone बहुत जल्दी achieve हो जाता है drawing. Even if it's a 1-year-old kid, और बहुत अच्छे से neat and tidy communicating visuals बनाते हैं, communicating diagrams बनाते हैं, drawings बनाते हैं. And of course, yes, these kind of students also love to learn from movies and visual presentations rather than just textual matter. So this kind of differentiation you can find the people who are appropriate for design field, appropriate for architecture field. So these are the various 9-10 characteristics of visual spatial intelligent people.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you are assisted with linguistic skills, like this is a very dynamic combination of visual spatial intelligent and linguistic and analytical brain. So if you have an analytical brain and a linguistic brain, so that helps the visual spatial intelligent student to perform more in their career.
Actually, I also seen some, kids actually after watching the movies, they come home and just draw the exact identical picture what they have seen in the movie. So it's,
Yes.
very interesting. Yeah. So in designing career, what are the creative career should one pursue out of the list which we have mentioned earlier?
Okay. So that actually you'll have to connect with me one-on-one, because every student is different and every student has their own niche area. So even after like 1 year of learning the examination stuff, still some people are very confused. They like many fields of design.
Next, I would like to ask you, what is the profession of an architect is like?
The profession of an architect, me myself being an architect, my husband is an architect, my in-laws, all my family is like
Great.
into this field. So I would like to elaborate more on what kind of skill set is required for an architect, or what kind of job he has to do. So an architect is a licensed professional, everybody knows. Like doctor, like lawyer, he has to have a license before he practices. He is a visionary. So he has a lot of things beyond his normal vision. He can see many things beyond this time. Future mein kaisa hai, what is going to come, what should be coming, in which area should somebody be working, what areas should architecture be going. That is kind of visionary the architect is. He is a team leader. तो उसके अंडर बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं. Most of the architects will be team leaders, so they will work with other architects as a leader, or they will also work with civil engineers and other people. There are a lot of people in the team of an architect, so he is the leader of that team. He is an executor. Executor as in, because he, वो जब तक काम नहीं करेगा तब तक कुछ भी आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा. वो एक डिजाइन को पेपर से अस्तित्व में लाता है. He brings that two-dimensional drawing into a three-dimensional building. So this materializing of ideas is done by an architect. He is a visualizer. Before even executing, he has to visualize what things will actually fall in place, like how the things will look, how the things will be executed. Execution के process wise भी उसको पूरा drawing, design और stages उसको visualize करने पड़ते हैं beforehand. So visualization power is the most important of an architect. At the same time, he's a manager. He is like the project manager of his projects. So if he has like 50 projects going on, he is a manager to all those 50 projects. He is like a team leader. He leads all the team, but for a project, he is the manager of the project. So there's a difference between team leader and project manager. He is the designer, of course, because he has to learn, he has to empathize, he has to study his client, he has to study what kind of scenarios the client is going into, and he has to visualize a space. He has to design a space encompassing all those activities and serving his client. एक ऐसी space design करनी पड़ती है जो उसके client के लिए सबसे appropriate हो. So that's why he's also a designer, of course. Yes. He is a problem solver, because all designs are kind of problem solving activities. An architect is also a problem solver. He has to see through problems and he has to envision a solution which is not there existing earlier. पहले से exist करता वैसा कोई solution नहीं रहता है, तब वो solution फिर भी उसको visualize करना पड़ता है, imagine करना पड़ता है, उसको solve करके drawing के terms में और एक building के terms में उसको execute it. So he has to have an aesthetic quality also. He is an artist also. Aesthetics उसको समझना चाहिए. Beauty क्या होती है वो समझना चाहिए. General terms of beauty he has to be well versed with. He has to know how to apply the principles of design. That's what an artist does. Actually, he makes things beautiful. So he is an artist. He is a marketing person. So अपने प्रोजेक्ट का मार्केटिंग खुद को करना है, अपने प्रोजेक्ट का सेल्स खुद को करना है, अपने प्रोजेक्ट का फाइनेंस सब खुद को देखना है, अपने ऑफिस का फाइनेंस देखना है. He is also an interior designer. So unless and until he is well versed with all the interior stuff, he cannot design buildings. So yes, before an architect, he has to be an interior designer in himself. He is a rich brain. तो इतना सब कुछ है उसके पास, इतना rich brain है, but at the same time he has to be very humble while dealing with his team, and maybe dominating also sometimes when he has to deal with outside world, the laborers, the other people working under him. उनके साथ he has to have the balance of a humble person and a dominating person.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, he is the person who loves his profession the most.
Of
Because
course.
कोई तो फोर्स करके आर्किटेक्ट नहीं बना सकता, किसी को भी कोई फोर्स करके आर्किटेक्ट नहीं बना सकता. He is a person who generally loves his profession.
Yeah, exactly. So visualization is the one of the key. You can say the ability that that person should possess, because I really appreciate this kind of people, because I can understand the visualization is one of the very difficult things to do. So you have to visualize, you have to forecast certain things, and you have to just make a picture in your brain. Really, it's very difficult task to do, and really I appreciate a lot. Yeah. So I just remember, means why do you call it as a school every time? You mentioned the institute.
This is a field where you have to scrap off whatever you have learned till 10 plus 2. So they start teaching you, like we in college, we teach students of first years, and they are all, we call them kindergarten. So this is a kindergarten of design or kindergarten of architecture school, in which first year they have to unlearn everything which they have learned earlier, and they have to learn many things apart from that.
Okay, great. So one thing I just would like to ask you is, why are you passionate to do this, and what is your driving force behind it?
So driving force, actually, me and my former partner, we met in a garden, and we started chit chatting about ourselves, and then we realized that we belong to some same WhatsApp group called Des Vides, and we belong to that same group, and we don't know each other live. Then we started chit chatting, and within a year we found out that both of our passions were same, and she also thought that students and professionals are like not connected, and they don't know what is there in store for them if they land up into design career, and they don't even know that design might be their calling. So if you don't know a field, how will you even understand that that calling is there?
Mm-hmm.
So we started with design awareness programs, and like it molded up into a full institute where we coach students to go into go for studies and higher studies in design field. So after 12 you can go for BDES and BR, and after your bachelor's in any stream like BA, BCom, BS, any stream you have a bachelor's, you can still land up into master's in design. So that's an interdisciplinary course. So we coached students like around 26 students we coached, and out of them 8 had appeared in the final exam last year. So we had a fabulous result, and everything fell into place, like it was already decided. We were meant to do this kind of thing. So that was a very enlightening moment when we saw that students are not, when we tried to converse with students, they did not know much about design careers. So we just started off with design awareness things, and I think we will succeed in creating a lot of awareness about design and creativity.
Yeah. So we had a very long discussion. In last, I would like to ask you to share your moment when you realize your true potential to move towards founding such a wonderful organization, We Coach Institute.
That was actually a moment when we thought that students, when they don't know about these careers, where they are not being asked for the 12th standard marks. So even if like we know a few people who have ill performed in their 12th standard exams and 10th standard exams, and but they were intelligent, but nobody knew that they were intelligent, because every time everybody says हाँ इसके इतने मार्क है, मार्क बढ़ने चाहिए, मार्क कम है, मार्क ये मार्क वो. So this is a field where marks don't value. There's no value for marks. So either you are a good designer or you are a worse designer, but however it is, you are a designer. So the more people you get positively impacted, that is the satisfaction level a designer will have. He will not have marks all over his career. Nobody has marks in the careers. Like, even if you say some designers are so passionate about their work that even if they're not earning much, they are satisfied with whatever they are doing. Like, I'm not saying that you should not earn. That is not my idea. But there are some designers who are working for or they have opened up their own NGOs and working for the poor and the slum, and they're working in the slums. So they might be earning from somewhere, but they are spending all the time in making good things for other people's lives. They're impacting positively. So this kind of work, every designer, you'll find some or the other social instinct in any designer. So with me also it's the same thing. So I think everybody should have an informed decision. Every 12th standard student or a graduate, they should have an informed decision in getting their education, in getting into a career. They should take an informed decision. So like me, if you say, I was not aware of any of these things when I was in 12th. Just somebody suggested me, and just I landed up into the examination, and the examination told me that yes, you are a 7th ranker and you are a performer. That's all. इतना ही पता चला था उसमें से. So I recommend everybody to take the psychometric analysis. That you are well versed with those things. So career analysis होने के बाद, then you should select your discipline. So I will always recommend everybody to have a career test, which kind of career you are feasible for or meant for. So if you are meant for a creative career, then this is for you.
Yeah,
and you can come to me and have a one-on-one, and students will have a direct guidance of what they can actually pursue out of those 20 careers.
Yeah, it is very important for students to have analysis about their psychometric, means about their abilities, about their interests, as well as about their what positive strength. It is very, good thing to know this in advance. It's become very easy for them to choose their career. It was a fantastic to talk with you, and you have provided a very beautiful insight over the topic. I am so honored to have you on our show, Know Yourself, and we are very thankful for sparing some time for us and throwing such a wonderful insight on today's topic of our program. So thanks, Meera. Thank you so much. So you can watch this program on our YouTube channel, Columbia Magazine. Link will be posted below. So anything you would like to add, you can add, Meera. It's a very fantastic and thankful for this wonderful session.
If your students demand, I am willing to tell in depth about the 19 disciplines, so that they are having more clarity in the next video maybe.
Definitely. We would love to connect students with you, because they will be having a clear idea about those 19 areas where they should work, and it will be helpful for them to choose a proper career for them, proper career destination for them. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.